Few individuals have shaped the spiritual, intellectual, and artistic life of Japan as profoundly as Kūkai. Across centuries, his name has stood as a beacon of wisdom, creativity, and devotion. But his path was neither predictable nor smooth. Born in 774 in the province of Sanuki, on the island of Shikoku, he entered the world as Mao, the son of a local aristocratic family, with expectations that he would pursue a respectable career in government, like so many of his peers. From an early age, Mao was immersed in the study of Chinese classics, particularly the works of Confucius. These teachings offered guidance on order, virtue, and civic duty. Yet for the young scholar, they fell short of addressing the deeper longings stirring within him. As he advanced in his studies, he began to question the pursuit of status, the chase for position, the rigid structures of power that defined the world around him. The carefully prescribed path toward political office, though secure, felt empty to a mind restless for meaning. It was during these formative years that he encountered Buddhist thought, not through formal instruction, but through the scattered whispers of monks and wandering ascetics. What captivated him was not the familiar moral lessons shared in public temples, but the cryptic, lesser-known strands of Esoteric Buddhism, teaching said to hold keys to profound spiritual transformation. These ideas spoke of intricate rituals, mantras, and symbolic gestures designed to unlock insight not through passive belief, but through direct embodied practice. At that time, such practices were largely unknown in Japan, transmitted only through veiled hints and fragments of scripture. Mao's curiosity became resolve. He abandoned his conventional studies and retreated into the mountains, dedicating himself to meditation, physical austerity, and inner exploration. There, amidst nature's solitude, he sharpened not only his understanding of doctrine, but also his resilience and independence of thought. His decision to forsake comfort and ambition for a life of spiritual seeking was radical, even dangerous. But it laid the groundwork for everything that would follow. By the age of 31, now known as Kūkai, he seized an extraordinary opportunity, a government-sponsored mission to China, the epicenter of Buddhist scholarship. But unlike many of his companions, whose interests were largely diplomatic, Kūkai travelled with a singular focus: to uncover the heart of esoteric Buddhism at its source. Arriving in the Tang dynasty capital of Chang'an, he found his way to the revered monk Huiguo, the final living master of the Shingon lineage. Huiguo recognised Kūkai's passion and potential immediately. In an act of remarkable trust, he initiated the young Japanese monk into the full breadth of Shingon teachings, a process that typically took many years, compressing this transmission into a mere 2. Under Huiguo's guidance, Kūkai mastered complex mandalas, mantras, mudras, and the philosophical underpinnings that linked the material world to cosmic principles. This was not academic learning alone. It was an experiential awakening, fusing intellect with spirit through disciplined ritual. When Huiguo passed away, he reportedly told Kūkai that his arrival had fulfilled a long-held prophecy. With his teacher's blessing, Kūkai returned to Japan in 806, carrying with him sacred texts, intricate diagrams, and ritual implements, tools through which he would introduce Shingon Buddhism to his homeland. But Kūkai's brilliance did not lie in mere replication. He was not content to import foreign teachings unaltered. Instead, he translated these practices into a form that resonated with the Japanese people. His extraordinary command of language and writing became one of his greatest strengths. Recognizing that complex Chinese characters posed barriers for many, Kūkai contributed to the refinement of a kana syllabary system, a phonetic script that allowed the Japanese language to be written more fluidly and read more widely. This innovation extended beyond religious use. It helped shape the literary voice of Japan itself, opening the door for poetry, letters, and spiritual texts to reach a broader audience. His calligraphy, celebrated for its elegance and precision, was not simply aesthetic. It was understood as a meditative act, where each stroke became a reflection of inner balance and clarity. determined to create a place where spiritual discipline could thrive alongside intellectual exploration. Kūkai founded the monastic complex at Mount Kōya. Nestled high among the peaks of the Kii Peninsula, this remote sanctuary became a haven for reflection, ceremony, and scholarly pursuit. The very geography of the site, enveloped in mist, surrounded by towering cedars, echoed the inward journey Kūkai encouraged his followers to undertake. His vision of education extended beyond religious instruction. In Kyoto, he established the School of Arts and Sciences, one of Japan's earliest structured learning environments. Here, he advocated for a curriculum that blended Buddhist philosophy with practical fields like civil engineering, ethics, poetry, and astronomy. Knowledge in Kūkai's eyes was not the privilege of monks alone, but a vital tool for societal flourishing. Throughout his life, he produced influential writings that bridged complex metaphysics with accessible teaching. Works like The 10 Stages of the Development of Mind laid out a systematic approach to understanding consciousness, while The Meaning of Sound, Word and Reality explored the profound relationship between speech and the nature of existence itself. Kūkai's thought was marked by balance between contemplation and action, faith and reason, personal insight and collective well-being. His presence earned him respect not only from the imperial court, but from artisans, farmers and scholars alike. Yet despite his growing stature, he remained dedicated to humility, often emphasizing that true understanding could not be forced, only cultivated through patience and sincere effort. On April 22nd, 835, Kūkai passed away at the age of 61. His influence, however, continues to ripple across Japan's spiritual landscape, its language, its art, and its schools of thought, a lasting reminder of a life shaped by inquiry, creativity, and development.